Hey you guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the show. If you're a fan of the Supra, you're going to want to check out these awesome Supra and 2JZ products we have over at roadsuntraveled.com. For you MR2 guys, we also have a 3S GTE jet tag as well as the 2JZ. Links are in the description.
Hello, my name is Devin. This is my 94 Toyota Supra. It's got a 2JZ GTE single turbo with a Borg Warner S366. I got a 6-speed V160. It's making about 450 to the wheels right now. I found this car in Alberta. It was in pieces. I kind of picked it up, and it was my starting point. I don't know, it was always the Supra, just always a Supra. I've always wanted the Supra since I was like 10 years old, and I finally got one. I just made it work. Shit.
Mark IV Supra, 450 horsepower at the wheels, single turbo Borg Warner S366 under the hood, and an icon, an absolute icon of a car straight from Japan. Well, actually this is an American car and we're driving in Canada on a close course. If you have been paying attention to anything on the internet lately, you know that these cars are going up in value and are not going to see a dip anytime soon, if ever. And after driving my MR2 all day, all weekend up here on our road trip, it's an awesome comparison, and we're actually going to do a proper comparison when we come back with Devin's car and my car when they're a little bit more dialed in, MR2 versus Supra, so that will be coming. My favorite thing about Supras is the turbo spool, the noises, it's the drama, okay?
This is actually my second Mark IV Toyota Supra. The first one, I got a right-hand drive and I picked it up for about 13 grand and then had it for about like 6-8 months, sold it and made some pretty good profit on it. Ended up getting around like 20. I got a couple cars. I have a boosted 400 horsepower Honda Civic, and I got an 8.6 drift car that I'm working on. They're both bright orange. The Civic's kind of one of my favorite cars to drive, just going through corners. It just handles amazingly. The Supra is a perfect car to like rip down to Vancouver and just like hang out with the buddies and just go around. It's reliable, it's safe, and for right now, the car is like good. It's a good daily driver. I definitely want more power. I did max out my injectors, so over the winter, I'm probably gonna get bigger injectors, probably an intake manifold, and then another tune, I guess. I do have water meth, maybe I'll hook that up. It's got a Haltech ECU. I just got 1000cc injectors, just the basic bolt-ons, front mount intercooler, HKS blow-off valve, and full exhaust. Just kind of minor things for right now. Eventually I do want to build the head and kind of go for that like 700-800 horsepower or something like that.
Nothing like an open wastegate on a 2JZ. That's really the only time you do get some really hectic noises, is right there. I mean, regardless of how you feel about this car's looks, regardless of how you feel about the cult following this car has achieved. Woo! Oh, Target Top opens up a bunch of moments for flies and dust to get in your eyes. This is a fast car, okay? 450 wheel horsepower is pretty much perfect for a Mark IV Supra that you are going to drive on the street from light to light occasionally and then come out here when you can, right? I think anything above 500, you're giving up way too much spool. You're giving up way too much driver usability because you want that good balance. You don't want to be in boost all the time because then it loses its novelty, you know? But you also don't want to never be in boost or never be able to get to boost because it requires way too much speed. 450 wheel horsepower, Borg Warner S366. I've driven a couple Supras and a couple Skylines with this turbo, and I think this is a great power level. Obviously, E85 or meth would really open up potential there for quicker spool, things along those lines. But the boosted addiction, if you haven't experienced it, you won't get it, but what a car. And it just feels like you could beat on it all day, and you've got a smile on your face whether you're in a parking lot at a car meet looking at this car, or whether you're doing a brake stand two-step in front of your friends to go viral on YouTube, or you're just shifting gears and paying attention to nothing, frankly, but the road ahead of you. So here's the thing, you guys. I feel very bad for the younger generation of car enthusiasts just getting into cars now that love Supras just as much as we all do and are looking to buy one, because the moment you start saving and chasing, you know, a used Mark IV Supra, pretty much anywhere in North America, they're all going up. They're all going up. And now, recently, with the Mark IV, the right-hand drive JDM versions, now, just this year, becoming legal down in the States, it's predictable. It's just like clockwork. Just like the S15 will happen to, just like it did with the R32, the R33, and now we're already starting to see it with the R34. The prices jack up a couple years before they go legal in the States. So pretty much what I'm saying is you should give up on your dreams of ever having an affordable single turbo Mark IV Supra.
I ended up taking some family members for a ride, and I took my grandpa for a ride. He's never been in anything with like boost or like anti-lag or turbo noises, so he grew up on like old school V8s, so to show him that was kind of neat. He didn't expect like choo-choo-choo and like all the fun stuff, so we had a blast and did a couple burnouts, had fun. Definitely when I first kind of got the car, I was used to driving front wheel drives. I've owned like probably about like 10 Honda Civics just going up and down around like non-turbo supercharged NA. This was my first kind of rear wheel drive with big power, and definitely like I was used to just kind of dropping the clutch and going forward, and a couple times like just trying to get used to the rear wheel drive, sliding down the road. It was a little bit fun and a couple hairy situations, but it was fun.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a good S. Pedal placement's just as fine. Like, I can jump from the MR2 into this car and drive very fast, very easily, just because it's the same time period, same manufacturer, and this is the MR2's big brother, right? Much faster than my MR2. I mean, I wouldn't call it as nimble in the corners, but definitely as a GT car, this is a lot more comfortable. You've got way more space, way more practical, and the road presence of this car is undeniable. It is absolutely insane. If you have dreams of driving a Supra, owning a Supra, and building a Supra, it's still possible. It really is. You just got to know where to look. Devin spent a very long time looking for this car. He used to have a right-hand drive model, sold it for way more than he paid for it because, like I said, they're going up. This one has already gone down in the books as a collector's car, thanks largely in part to the Fast and Furious. Let's not ignore that elephant in the room, okay, you guys? That is absolutely a factor that played a role in the Supra's modern day success in the tuning world and in the minds of so many young people, right? All right, you guys, if you want to follow Devin on Instagram, his tag is right here, and it'll be in the description. If you like this car, definitely give us a follow on YouTube, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our podcast every Wednesday on iTunes as well. And we'll be back.
I'm crashing down and rising up, but always seem to fall behind. And all the lights and all the tunnels faded